Hello and welcome to my channel, Cali Legends Media. Okay, so on my last video, I kind of explained that I was going to be touching on some different topics. So today's topic's going to be kind of a reaction video to a video that I seen. It wasn't a video; it was a short, or like just a clip of an interview on YouTube. And the thumbnail of this clip was the homeboy from Hoodstocks. Okay. Well, basically the conversation was that the homie wasn't a Chicano. Yeah. So I just thought I'd kind of clarify what I think a Chicano is and what I think that dude from Hoodstocks, whether he's a Chicano or not. Okay. First of all, let's take a look at the word Chicano. Okay. The etymology of the word indicates that the origin comes from a Spanish derivative of Nahua of Mestica. Mexica, like Mexicano, you know what I mean? Sounds right. Could be. Some people like to debate that. I really don't care where it came from. What I do know is that a long time ago, the 20s maybe, 1920s, the word Chicano was a racial slur towards brown-skinned people. So it wasn't good to be called a Chicano back then. That meant you were of a lower class, lower income of people, and of brown skin, you know? In the 1940s, the Pachucos used that word to encompass the Pachuco culture and began saying and representing Chicanos. Somos Chicanos. Okay? Later, during the 1960s, the word was coined, adopted, embraced by the Chicanos living in the United States, because that's the only place you'll find a Chicano. It was adopted during the moratorium. It was used, and the Chicano movement was born, and you hear all that thing like Chicano power, Chicano studies, all this, right? And the definition of the word was that you were of Mexican descent, but born here in the United States, okay? That was the racial, per se, or the ancestry you needed to have to be considered a real Chicano, okay? Now, everybody knows that we're not Mexicanos if you were born here in the United States. You were born here in the United States, you're an American. There's just no way around that. The only Mexicans born in Mexico, come from Mexico. Those are Mexicans. They come here and grow up here, live their lives here. They're Mexicans. They're not Chicanos. They can't be Chicanos. The only way you could be a Chicano if you were born here, because it was a word to set us apart from everybody else. We were the people of Mexican heritage born here in the United States. And that's what made us Chicanos. Okay? And that's the way that word has been used and kind of interpreted throughout the past couple of decades. It's not an ancient word. It's not something. It's not an ancient bloodline. You know, the only thing that has to do with any type of bloodline is that you need to have ancestry that comes from Mexico, and you need to be born here in the United States. That's it. Okay. Now, if we want to go into DNA and genotypes and phenotypes and genes and chromosomes and aliases and all of these genetic factors, you know, that make up a human being. It's so easy. It's so easy. There's so much information on that. You know, I don't know, maybe some people would say that it's not true information because it's on the internet or because it's in some book in the library. I don't know. I don't know where people come out with some of the stuff that they come out with, you know? But from what I found is that when a person is scientifically broken down and genetics are used, the genetic DNA makeup of a person comes from both the mother and the father. I remember when I got my my blood test back on my little girl, right? It wasn't a blood test; it was a saliva swab. But when I got back that that test, it had two results. It had the mother's results of her DNA, and then it had mine. Then it had the child's. Okay? It wasn't just taking my saliva and comparing it to the child. No, they had both of us, and then the child's DNA. And then they made a comparison to determine that I was 99.99999% the child's father. Okay? The only race that they can determine through DNA is if you're part of the human race. Believe it or not. Yeah, it'll you know, they find a bone or something and they don't know, they can find out if it's human, you know? And if they go further into the testing, they could compare results of DNA tests to populations in different parts of the world. Let's use Mexico for example. They could do a DNA test on somebody that has ancestry in Mexico, and when they get the results, it'll show that those results, or a certain percentage of those results, their origins are in Mexico. So that's how they say, okay, you know, you're 42% Mexican, you're this much percent indigenous Native American. Okay, they don't separate the father's DNA only and say, oh, okay, this is what you are. No, we're made up of our mother and father's genes, our mother and father's DNA. You know, all that genetic makeup comes from both parents through the seed, okay, and through the sperm, okay. Oh, the sperm's the seed, okay, through the seed and the egg, okay, from the mother, the egg from the mother, and the sperm or seed from the father. It's not just the father's seed. Without the mother's egg, it cannot be. It can't grow. You know. I don't know why people think that only the father's representation of DNA and genes in a person uh, determine your ancestry. You know, I try to research this subject, looking at it through those eyes, trying to support the fact that, yeah, it's based on the father's genealogy and DNA makeup, genealogy and DNA makeup. And I couldn't find anything to support that. I found a lot of support that the genetic makeup of the mother and father combined makes the individual. It makes perfect sense to me. So if your mother's Mexican and your father's not, you have Mexican ancestry through your mother, running through your veins, part of your genetic makeup. You know, I'm not going to get into genotype and phenotype. The only thing I'll say is phenotype will determine color of your eyes, color of your hair, color of your skin. And there's things in the genotype like the recessive and dominant aliases that could determine certain factors also, including diseases that are inherited from our ancestors. Whole different issue. This right here's video was primarily to talk about this theory on your ancestry only comes from your father. There's no truth to that. You could be what? Mexican Indian? Can you be a Chicano? Yeah, you can. If you were born in the United States. You have any part of your ancestry in Mexico, bloodline through Mexico, and you're born here in the United States, yeah, you could embrace the Chicano culture and be called a Chicano. The homeboy from Woodstocks, yeah, he's a Chicano. The other vato that they say is not Chicano either, he's a Chicano by definition. It's not a bloodline, Aztec bloodline, and no, it's not. The word wasn't even on play until the 1940s when the Pachucos adopted it, and later when it was used in the 1960s, when it was really embraced and became a powerful word for the Chicano community, which were the people of Mexican Americans descent, okay, and includes Filipino Mexicans. Come on, Mexicans are a mixed race. There's no full-blooded Mexicans. They don't exist. If you're born in Mexico, you're a Mexican. If you were born in the United States, you're a Mexican American. Simple as that. And you can be labeled or called a Chicano. And that's really that's the bottom line. All of these theories about I can't find no support that the father's the determining factor. If you know where it's at, shoot it to me so I could look at it, so I could study it. I'd like to know. Somebody show me. Please. I invite you to the comment section. Let me know what you know about this subject, what you think, what your feelings are. And to the homeboy from Hoodstocks, hey, homie. You're a brother, homie. I'm sorry that you get put out there like that. But sounds like through your mother, yes, you are Chicano. No doubt. And you represent well. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. My phone's ringing off the hook right now. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not feeling very well. So this will be the only video for today. Thank you for watching, and please hit me up on the comment section. And well, I don't have to say it, man. I got smart, very smart individuals on the Cali Legends media team. I know the trolls are going to try to turn this into something else, but it's about what I talked about, and that's all I really want to talk about further. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. God bless you.